this is AliShanMao, and in this video I'm going to show you how to repair a single speed transmission. Here is the Red Cat Racing Shockwave buggy, which actually uses this kind of single speed transmission, and I'm going to show you, if you have problems with this one, how to repair it or how to replace the gears in this transmission. In order to do so, the tools that you will need are right here. Let me show you those. You will need some of the hex wrenches. Make sure you have some little screwdrivers with you. Nose pliers, more screwdrivers. You can also have Allen screwdrivers. You will need, well, forget it. And oh damn, what kind of video is this? With all these tools, except the last three you can easily repair the transmission. The last three tools you should use when you actually fail to repair the transmission. Let's get to work. Alright, here it is, the single speed transmission in my hands. Allow me to show you the difference between the single speed and double speed or two-speed transmission of the same type. Here it is, my left hand, we have a two-speed transmission. As you can see, there's a big difference. Single speed transmission has just one gear. This gear is the spur gear, is the main gear, and it's everything. While the two-speed transmission actually has two gears, and allow me to point it out, the metallic one is the two-speed clutch. That's the difference. We will see how to repair this transmission in another video later. Here it is. Let's get to work on the single-speed transmission. I hope you already know how to take the single-speed transmission out. There are 4 screws under the Shockwave in the middle. You can just take those screws out and remove the dog bones. This thing should come out easy in your hands. The other thing that you can see, I have already removed the drive cups and the brake system, the brake disc. Alright, after you have removed the drive cups and the brakes from here, it's very easy to take the main gear out. Just take these 2 screws out. There, that was very simple. Once the 2 screws out, you can take the top casing, and there is a bearing in there. Make sure you don't lose it. The only gear will simply come out nice and easy. There is another bearing on the other part, so don't forget and don't lose it. Now all you need to do is make sure you know how to take this gear out and replace it with a new one. So this gear can come out from one side easily because the other side is locked by that small metallic pin in there. So you can see there are some E-clips on it, also called Jesus where did it go clips, because when you're taking them out and if you're not careful, they are just like it's just gone, and you will be finding and saying where did it go. So just move to the side where you have 2 E-clips given, because at the back you can see there is a metallic pin to lock the gear on the shaft. So at this side, on the opposite side, I will take these E-clips out. In order to do so, I have a small screwdriver. I'm using it, putting it in here and bringing the E-clip out. There you go. It was real easy. Similarly, second one, a little tricky, but we can do it. Make sure you put your thumb up here so you won't be like, where did it go? And simply take this gear out. Make sure you do not lose this little guy here. This one is very important, so put it somewhere safely. Here it is, this simple gear in your hands. If you have broken it or it's worn out, the teeth are gone, you can simply get a new gear and install it back in. That's it, pretty simple. Here what we are going to do is simply put it back. When putting it back, look at this. Little guy should be here, and here you have a space given on the gear which actually will take this little metal bar in. The little guy will sit in there properly. Pull it in and make sure that metallic bar fits in right. The next thing that you are going to do is put the E-clips. Taking these E-clips out sometimes is very easy. Putting them back is even trickier, but anyway, hold it with the thumb, put it on the place right, use a plier, use a little force, and it will simply slip in on its place. Make sure it's not bent, make sure it's perfectly settled in there. The second E-clip will fit on its space. You can see it's right. Sometimes you can actually use force with your fingers, but I wouldn't recommend it. Use a nose plier and fix it back in. Make sure it's not bent. There you are. You have just fixed a new gear back on the shaft. Now that you have replaced the gear, it's time to put it back in. Well, question is, am I putting it the wrong side in? Well, it's very easy to figure out. Remember that this little guy that I've shown you here, the metallic pin which actually locks the gear, should sit at the brake side, at the side where the brakes will fix. And when you put it back, you will see at one side the shaft comes out little, and the other side you have more shaft coming out. This means this side, it gives you space to fix the brake disc on it and the drive cup as well, while the other side only one drive cup will fix. Alright, so this is this very simple thing you will never miss, and you will never fix it the wrong side. All we need to do is now simply put these screws back and tighten them. When tightening these screws, make sure do not over tighten them. If you're worried they will come out by engine vibration, you can simply put blue Loctite on that. Do not use red Loctite. Okay, so we have just replaced the broken or worn out gear. All we need to do is put the brakes back, the drive cup back here, tighten them, and put the transmission back in your Shockwave or in any buggy that you have using the similar transmission, and have fun bashing your cars, running them around. Thank you very much for watching.